The Misadventures of VBS's Clothes, Chapter 2, Matching Halloween Costumes, written by Skylar Hyro and AO3, and read by Hermes. Touya had never done Halloween before. His family lived in a rich neighborhood, and when October rolled around, not a single decoration lined their street. It was to be expected, what with the amount of properness and stuck-upness of the families around. It was still a little sad to come home to, though. Akito had introduced him to it that second year of middle school, dragging him out late to get as much candy as possible. Touya had given his share to Akito at the end of the night, not a fan of sweets or getting scolded by his father, but to him, it was more about the experience than the cavities. The first year with On and Kohane, they went out together, roaming Vivid Street as Shitty's sheet ghost, and singing in off-key notes to anyone that refused to give them candy, following them up and down the streets until they relented, laughing. As second years, it was no different. They planned to go as a group again, especially now that they were officially together. Han and Kohane promised to bring them their group costumes on Halloween afternoon. He did not expect this.
You want us to what?
Akito's screech could be heard from the street outside Weekend Garage. You heard me. On crossed her arms smugly.
I am not wearing your clothes on. They're way too small anyway.
Han grinned evilly. That's why I have this. She pulled the large duffel bag Touya had noticed earlier from under the table, dropping it with a thud and unzipping it. He could see several pieces of clothing inside, and his eyes lit up, white and pink and yellow and gray.
You did not.
Akito narrowed his eyes. Kohane and I went shopping.
Is this why you asked for my clothing size last week?
It'll be funny, Akito, Kohane pleaded. It's only one night.
Hell no! It's stupid. I don't want to wear a skirt, right, Touya?
Akito trailed off as he turned to him, taking in his expression.
Touya?
Yes? He looked at him.
Please, don't tell me you want to swap clothes.
Okay. He mimed sipping his lips, and nearly laughed when Akito slammed his head on the table. Akito groaned into the wood.
If Touya wants to.
On and Kohane cheered. Slipping out of the booth, Kohane grabbed Akito's wrist, pulling him with them and out of the door. He chuckled, falling after them and waving to Ken. They found themselves in On's room, the duffel bag tipped upside down, and the clothes inside sorted into their respective outfits. Who's wearing what? Touya surveyed the room. Kohane looked down at her phone. I'm wearing Akito's outfit. Akito's wearing On's, On is wearing yours, and you're wearing mine, she listed. He nodded, reaching for Kohane's clothes as the others did the same. They turned so they were each facing a wall and away from each other. He lay out the clothes again before taking off his shirt and replacing it with the gray polo. His pants became the skirt, and he was happy to see a pair of shorts with them as well. He glanced behind to see if the others were decent yet, and seeing they all were, returned to the center of the room to put on the extra accessories. Akito snapped his belt loop like a whip.
On. I'm gonna freeze to death.
Oh, shut up, you big baby. On rolled her eyes. Your shorts are quite short, Touya said, eyeing the now obvious tan line on Akito's calf. On turned her glare on him. Akito should step up his leg game.
No.
Akito clipped the second belt loop on.
You should invest in longer shorts.
They're called shorts for a reason, dumbass. He struggled to put on the socks, unsure of how to roll them up so high until Kohane came over and helped, scrunching them before slipping the whole thing onto his foot and pulling the bunch fabric all the way up. He squeezed her hand in thanks before reaching up to take her hat and necklace. He struggled to put on the socks, unsure how to roll them up so high until Kohane came over and helped, scrunching them up before slipping the whole thing onto his foot and pulling the bunch fabric all the way up. He squeezed her hand in thanks before reaching up to take her hat and necklace. Akito had moved to On, threading the white strap through the loops on her pants. They stepped back once they were all done, taking each other in before bursting into laughter.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Akito gasped. Han tugged on her jacket, wheezing. You're literally crying.
I'm not. He wiped his eyes. Oh my god, Kohane was right. It's so fucking funny.
People are gonna be very confused tonight. He smiled. That's the plan, Kohane giggled. Terrorize Vivid Street. He brushed his hands over the skirt. It felt a little weird to wear. His legs so exposed, though the socks helped. But it was a nice feeling. He could see why Kohane wore it, especially as he spun on the spot to watch it swish around his legs. Come on, it's dark now. Hun peered out the window to confirm. Time to scare the shit out of people as to why Kohane is now 6 feet. Finally living my fantasy of being tall, Kohane sighed wistfully. He huffed. It's not all fun. Still better than being 5'1". No! On whined. You're the perfect pocket-sized Kohane! On!
You're both good heights. Now get going. We've got people to scare and candy to steal.
As they walked out the door, On paused. Hey, what if we performed like this? Akito whacked her.